It's a working estate which has holiday accommodation and a cookery school. That's how I look at it. The history of Belle, the first settlement, goes back to the 12th century, so there's been people here for a long, long time. The Abercorn family bought it in 1991. Initially, when they first bought it, they realised the potential of tourism at Belle. It slowly developed. It wasn't suddenly, whoop, let's have 72 people to stay. It's built up slowly and gradually.
The whole idea for the cookery school really started with the Duke of Abercorn, who owns the estate. Now, the idea initially was people to stay in the accommodation on the estate. So if you have a group of people who need somewhere to stay, then it was going to help out that business. In fact, by the time the cookery school was built, it all became quite different because the estate was really taking off on its own and doing very well. So almost now we're at a crossroads where perhaps we need more accommodation. So it's a very happy circumstance, I think.
Well, we did a certain amount of research. A lot of the cookery schools concentrated more on the longer 1 month, 2 month, 3 month courses. There were not that many day courses, so we saw certainly an opportunity there. The other thing we discovered was that really there was no cookery school north of Dublin offering residential courses. So this was definitely an area that we could concentrate on. And from that it grew, and by experience we discovered what worked and what didn't work. Trying to get over the whole concept of Belle as a working estate on 450 acres on an island in Lough Erne, that has a magic of its own. But when people arrive, you've got to experience it, and you may use as many websites or photographs you like, but the actual experience, the smell, the look and everything else is terribly important. That is all part of the Belle experience, no matter what you're doing at Belle, and that's what we try and get over.
I think the school has become such a success due to the personal approach we have to people. By and large, they come for what I would describe as modern Irish cooking, and you have to a certain extent, be all things to all people, which I know is difficult and not altogether possible. But somehow, with just 14 students, we seem to manage that very well.
My specialty being more sort of based on Oriental courses, which we do here, which will be India, Thai, China and all that. And then we will do the Thai cooking, and then we'll do the Chinese cooking. Since I've been here for the last 2.5 years, people are a lot more adventurous because they travel now a lot, go on lots of holidays, go far field. So they want to come back and being able to cook. So yeah, it's getting really, really popular here.
The food is the best thing about this place. I eat so much, it's ridiculous. It's all so good. It's laden with butter and cream, and then getting to know how to do it so I can repeat it at home for my parents and whoever comes around for dinner. But definitely the food, and then meeting all the different people as well that come in. It's just good crack. I enjoy doing the diploma course because you're here for 4 weeks, you get to know them, you get to know what they like, what they don't like, how they get on, and then you get a bit of banter going with them, which is always good fun. So after 4 weeks we get to know them quite well.
We thought, whoopee, here we have a cookery school, we've got the name Belle, everyone will come pouring in, there'll be no problem. It doesn't work like that at all. You can't just advertise a cookery school and wait for everyone to appear, they won't. We have been successful with television, and it started really with the holiday programme, BBC holiday programme, which was done through Tourism Ireland, and that really got us off the ground, and we got a huge response for that. We've been successful in a couple of in-flight magazines, the British Midland in-flight magazine and the Ankara, the Aer Lingus magazine. That both have been extremely good. We are members of the Blue Book and Good Food Ireland, and they're the sort of agencies that really actually do sell you abroad, along with Northern Ireland Tourist Board and Tourism Ireland. One hasn't got the time or the money to do it all yourself. You have to rely on other people. So we do, my wife does a newsletter every 3 months, and that updates all these agencies, Tourism Ireland, Northern Ireland Tourist Board, of what's going on at Belle, and that works extremely well.
My personal ethos, and also that of the cookery school, would be to keep it simple, keep your ingredients good quality, don't mess around too much, and certainly when it comes to explaining recipes, explain them concisely with patience and a lot of enthusiastic flair, really. All that is a very good combination. The quality of the ingredients is paramount. It has to be, spanking fresh and good in every respect. I know that the beef we use grows up 3 fields away from here, and there's not many people that can say that. The qualities I would look for in my staff are happily the qualities that they have. They have to be team workers.
Teamwork at Belle is extremely important for the simple reason we are a very small team. So if we don't get on, we'll never get a day's work done ever. And we are very close because we are here. Like the weekend courses, we could be here, from 9 in the morning till 11 at night.
Very often people would write to us to tell us what they thought of the course, and usually it's going to be a good thing, because they've really enjoyed it and they want to tell us so, which is fantastic. Our comment sheets are all put onto a computer. Anybody who says, we particularly enjoyed this area of the course, that would go into its own file. We ask people what courses they'd be interested in doing in the future, and that goes into a separate file. So we know that if we're running a Christmas entertaining course, look, we have 40 people who are already interested in doing this, so that if it isn't filling for some reason, we can write to these people and say, look, we'll give you a special offer on this course if you're interested in doing it. And there's no point collecting data as you go and not utilising it.
You get really timid students that you just need to give them a nice warm welcome. You can tell as soon as they come through the door who's outgoing, who's shy, and who needs a cup of tea and a welcome smile to say, come on in, it's not that bad.
We have no particular level in the school. So you might have somebody who's a very, very able cook, been cooking for years, just looking for a little more inspiration, and they're coming with a rather timid person who has never boiled water before. And confidence is terribly important with people. It's not Hell's Kitchen, there's no yelling and shouting, certainly not done by me or Nassim. And it's a very relaxed atmosphere, but it's busy and it's happy. People get on very well with each other. By and large, we're lucky because people who come to cookery schools are a very nice sort of person. And I'm not just saying it, they really are. And if they've nothing else to talk about, they have the food.
What they start off is by making bread. And when you have the dough all over the place, flour in your hair and on your shoes and on the floor, it's a barrier breaker. And after that, they're flying. And actually, they'll come back. They do repeat, even the gentlemen. It's not just one aspect. It's not just the cookery school or just fishing or just shooting or whatever. It's the whole concept of Belle Estate and its environment and its natural beauty.